ఏపీ రాజధానిగా విశాఖనే ఉంటుందని ముఖ్యమంత్రి వైఎస్ జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి కీలక వ్యాఖ్యలు చేశారు. తాను రెండోసారి సీఎంగా విశాఖ నుంచే ప్రమాణ స్వీకారం చేయనున్నట్లు ధీమాగా చెప్పారు. ఎన్నికల తర్వాత ఏపీ రాజధానిగా వైజాగ్ ఉంటుందన్నారు. వైజాగ్ పెట్టుబడులకు కేంద్రంగా మారుతుందని జగన్ అన్నారు. వచ్చే 10 ఏళ్లలో విశాఖ ప్రపంచ శ్రేణి నగరంగా మారుతుందని వెల్లడించారు. తనకు విశాఖ పట్ల కమిట్మెంట్ ఉందన్నారు. ఎన్నికల తర్వాత తాను విశాఖలోనే ఉంటానని చెప్పారు. అమరావతికి తాను వ్యతిరేకం కాదని, అయితే శాసన రాజధానిగా కొనసాగుతుందని తెలిపారు వైఎస్ జగన్మోహన్ రెడ్డి.
Now this is a position that was occasioned by the state's bifurcation that has deprived Andhra Pradesh of Hyderabad city and the economic benefits associated with it. Now, how do we bring about a change that would actually help boost the state's economy? Now, what do we do about Vizag? Now, how do we boost Vizag's growth story so that ultimately we come across a situation where at least 10 years down the line, starting today, at least we compete with Hyderabad, or we compete with Bangalore, or we compete with Chennai. So what exactly does Vision Vizag, Vision Visakha mean? So until and unless we think in those terms, until and unless we have passion for this particular place, for this particular city, this vision can never be visualized, can never be obtained, can never be realized. A lot of people, in fact, when I speak of these words, when I say the first thing what anybody should be doing is to come and stay here as a chief minister. If I were to say this, unfortunately we have an opposition in the state. We all and also a negative media with vested interests who support the opposition. I think many of you also are aware of it, that they make such a hue and cry that in fact that we shifting over to Vizag, they try to make an issue out of it, saying that somebody is coming to Vizag because they want to grab the lands here. They want to do that, they want to do that. And these kind of stories shamelessly are written, shamelessly are projected. And all for what? So they don't want the chief minister to come here. They go to the court, court cases are filed. All for what? They don't want chief ministers to come here. Now why? Because if the chief minister comes here, will grow. Because there's ownership which is going to come for this area. There will be a christening of the city as executive capital. So they don't want the chief minister to come here because they have vested interests elsewhere. They bought land before the capital could be announced elsewhere. Thousands of acres in private hands, Benami lands. And they're all scared. The moment this becomes the executive capital, the land rates there would further plunge. And because of this Western interest, today Vizag has taken the beating. So going forward, I'm here to assure everybody here that there would be changes, because this is inevitable. If one were to compete with Hyderabad, compete with Chennai, compete with Bangalore, it's very important that Vizag becomes the economic growth engine. That is, in fact, if I were to have any vested interest, probably I would be speaking about Kadapa. See, for me, the state is ours, to everyone here. And one in my place should think in terms of what is good for the next generation. How would we want our children to be positioned? How are the state's revenues going to be? And how exactly can we boost these revenues to support the growth of Andhra Pradesh? If we do not think like this in terms of growth for Vizag, then who would think? If the vision of the leader is wrong, if the vision of the leader is negative, then Vizag today, unfortunately, only person standing for Visakhapatnam as executive capital is only me. Unfortunately, this is the reality. Fighting against the entire opposition, fighting against vested interests of the media, everybody wanting that Visakhapatnam is not declared as executive capital. This is the reality. Everybody should keep this in mind, understand this reality. Now, moving further, Vizag would have to develop. I'm assuring you, cases going on, we have so many people trying to oppose everything. But I'm assuring you, post-election, my stay would be in Vizag. In fact, my swearing-in ceremony also would be in Vizag. This is my commitment to Vizag.